and of course it comes with the IO shield plate for the case. The first thing you want to do when you install a motherboard is to go ahead and remove the original IO shield plate from the case if it's not compatible with the board. Usually with a couple hits of the screwdriver it comes right out. That's simple. Move that out of the way. Go ahead and put the new IO shield plate into the case. And when you put a new IO shield plate in, you just snap it right in. It's not too hard, unless you're working with a really cheap case. But this is a pretty solid case. Now the IO shield plate is installed and ready to go. Go ahead and continue unpacking this box with the motherboard. Show you a little bit about this board. This design of it is very nice on its own. Each chip of the chipset, and of course also the MOSFETs, have a combined cooler that consists of a heat pipe running from all of the heat sinks. This is very nice. And it has 3 PCI Express slots, can run triple crossfire. Very nice. We also have the 8-pin EPS 12-volt plug rather than the old style 4-pin plug to support the high wattage Phenom 2 processors. We have 6 SATA 2 ports and 2 SATA 3 ports. We have a floppy port here, an IDE channel here, ATX power supply plugs in here is 24-pin. Oh yeah, and when you're working with stuff like motherboards and any other sensitive electronic components, you want to be careful to make sure that you're grounded from static electricity. And when you install a motherboard into a case, the first thing you do after, of course, putting in the IO shield plate is to look at your board and figure out how the design is on these screw holes, which a lot of times you have to remove it from the bag. You can get an idea of where the screws for this board will go. As you see, this board has a typical design of, it takes, let's see, 9 screws. Then you will just locate the standoffs in the bag of included components with the case, the screws and all that kind of stuff. You'll take the standoffs out of this bag and screw them in to whichever hole that the board needs to have it in. Now that the motherboard standoffs are in place, it's time to go ahead and place the motherboard into the case. Just be very careful. You know you're going to line it up with the IO shield plate. Just gently ease it into place. And then once the motherboard's set down into place, you go ahead and put the screws into the standoffs. The motherboard is now installed into the case. Now you can go ahead and install either the RAM or the CPU first. It don't really matter. I can go ahead and go with the RAM first, and I'll install the processor. Now I'll be unpackaging the memory or RAM. And so we have 2 packs. This says there's 2 dual channel kits to make up 8 gigs of memory. Well, I really like the packaging. You can actually see the memory before you even unbox it. To install memory or RAM is a very simple operation. Matter of fact, it's like one of the most simple upgrades you can do to a computer. To install memory, you'll just open the levers on the motherboard, open all four since we're installing 4 sticks of memory. And there's a notch right here. And there's a notch on the memory, as you can probably see. Yep. And you just stick it into place. It just slides right down into the slot, and these little levers will lock it into place. Sometimes a bit of force may have to be exerted into the stick to get it into place. That is normal. Do the same process for each stick. Yeah, that's nice. I wonder what's going on. Anyway, one more stick to go. Make sure all the levers are locked. The memory is now installed. Now it's time to go ahead and unbox the processor because we'll be installing it next. This is the box to the AMD Phenom 2 Quad 965 processor. This is the black edition. It means it has a multiplier unlocked. This will increase the overclockability of the processor. Anytime you have to break a security seal or cut any kind of piece of tape, you want to be careful and not cut too deep so they don't possibly damage the product inside the box. Now we'll go ahead and just open her up. This isn't the first AMD processor I've unboxed. This is the processor itself, which a retail processor comes with a cooler as well as a case badge and the instruction manual. Mainly has to do with warranty information. But if you haven't purchased an aftermarket cooler, you can use the supplied cooler that comes with the processor, or better yet, I'd say just go out and buy an aftermarket cooler for a processor like this when you're going to be overclocking it. And I've heard some rumors about this particular cooler that goes with the 965 Black Edition to be loud, but I think this one here is a redesign, because it looks like it uses an 80mm fan, which looks like it'll be pretty quiet, but the cooler we got is much better than this.